What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Big Boy John 25. Today I'm going to do my Raw Go Home Show review and the highlights. So you guys know, hit that like button, hit that red button. Let's get started. Monday Night Raw was a god awful show. That's all I gotta say. We go right into the ring for other must see episode. The VIP lounge for MVP as we see the Money in the Bank briefcase hanging high above the ring. He welcomes us. MVP amidst things went down sideways last week with his special episode on the men's Money in the Bank match. He says things didn't go well as planned, but they moved on from that, and this week will return to style class the suffocation with the competitors from the women's Money in the Bank match. MVP actually isn't sure how this will turn out because of what happened the last time these three were in the ring together. He showed us what happened with Nia Jax, Asuka, and Shayna Baszler last week. MVP introduced his first guest for tonight, and out comes Asuka. Asuka hits the ring, and MVP says a few words in Japanese. He translates for her and says she is in a good mood. Asuka takes a seat on one of the couch. MVP introduced Baszler, and out she comes next, followed by Nia Jax. Shoves over MVP's red rope at ringside as Asuka and Baszler stare her down for their seats in the ring. We see Asuka nodding her head, and Nia Jax's music hits and some of the lyrics. Jack chosen to sit on the small table in between the two couches. MVP asks her if she thinks she has the skills to win in Money in the Bank. Nia Jax asks MVP if he even watches Raw. Has been her dominance. Nia Jax says she's relentless and that's the only skill she needs. MVP Asuka if she wants to respond, but Asuka rants in Japanese saying something about Kari saying something else about Nia Jax having a big booty. It sounds like MVP asks Baszler how her specific set of skills will help her win. Baszler says opera not verbal, and goes on about how she does her talking in the ring. It's not right, Asuka. Asuka goes into another rant. She and Baszler stand up, staring each other down. Goes on to stand up, but Baszler and Asuka both turn to kick her down, sending her out to the floor. Asuka and Baszler have words, but MVP gets in between them, telling them to save it for Sunday. Jax recovered at ringside, and Asuka and music hits. We go to replay. Asuka taunts Baszler while MVP stands in between them. Baszler isn't impressed. Still to come, last chance gauntlet match. We see Bobby Lashley backstage warming up with Lana. We go to commercial. Last chance gauntlet match. Bobby Lashley, Titus O'Neil, Akira Tozawa, Shelton Benjamin, Alberto Carrillo, Angel Garza, Austin Theory, and AJ Styles. This is one of the worst gauntlet matches on Monday Night Raw. This match was garbage. And who won this match? Let me scroll on down. The winner of the match, AJ Styles. Do you guys care about this gauntlet match? I don't. I know DJ Storms and TM does not care about this gauntlet match because this gauntlet match has been the worst. After the match, AJ Styles stands tall as his music hits. AJ attacks the wrap Carlito leg around the ring post a few times. We go to replay. AJ takes the mic and says he is not a zombie, not a ghost. He is the phenomenal one. AJ says the Undertaker is not out here to try to steal his spotlight this time. He admits he lost at WrestleMania 36, but says he lost nothing. There are no rules in the Boneyard match, but doesn't lose anything. But that was then and this is now, and then the size and opportunity to be in the most unique Money in the Bank match, and it's worth it. In fact, he's going to do anything. It means anything to get that Money in the Bank contract. If it means throwing Rey Mysterio or Alex Black off the top of the WWE headquarters, so be it. They haven't been through what he been through or seen what he sees. AJ says get ready to rewrite the history books because the truth is he will be number one because he winning the guaranteed the WWE title shot, and then Mr. Money in the Bank will be phenomenal. The music hits. Okay, then still to come, the Street Profits versus the Viking Raiders, plus Drew McIntyre versus Murphy and Seth in a Seth Rollins interview backstage. Back to commercial. The announcers show us of the best Money in the Bank ladder match moments from over the years. The interview of Seth Rollins, it was just didn't really care about the interview. So the NXT superstars Shane Thor and Brandon Vick are backstage warming up. MVP approaches and gives them some words of encouragement, then confront the confident for the match as they walk off. MVP says that's what he's talking about. Saxton hypes up the team of Cedric Alexander and Ricochet, and we go back to commercial. Back from the break, and they announce next week's Randy Orton and WWE Hall of Famer Edge. Tom leads us to a video on WWE Make-A-Wish. Charlie is backstage with Murphy now. She asks about Seth Rollins and tonight's match with WWE Champion Drew McIntyre. Maybe Murphy says maybe one day he will be on Seth's level. Maybe one day he will be better. He says he and Seth knows this day will come, but that is later, and now he wants to focus on this week. Murphy agrees with Seth Rollins, thinking that Seth can beat Drew, but Murphy knows that he can beat Drew. Okay, Shane Thorne and Brandon Vick versus Ricochet and Cedric Alexander. We've seen this match already, but why are we seeing this match again? But this match was a good tag team match, even though we've seen it last week. But anyway, the winner of the match, Brandon Vick and Shane Thorne. Anyway, let's moving on. After the match, the Australian NXT superstars stand tall as the music hits. We go to replay. Cedric and Ricochet look on from the map. From the ramp. I botched that. I apologize for botching that. Still to come, the Street Profits versus the Viking Raiders. We get hype for the Money in the Bank, and we go back to commercial. The Street Profits versus the Viking Raiders. We seen this match. So we've seen this match already. So the winner of the match, the Viking Raiders. Do you guys care about this match? About this tag team match? I don't. Anyway, after the match, Eric and Ivar stands tall as the music hits. We go to replay. Eric and Ivar stands tall over the champs, talking some trash to wrap their segment. Charlie is backstage with Drew McIntyre. Charlie asks about Murphy saying earlier that he knows he can beat Drew. Drew says he must have really hit Murphy with that Claymore kick last week. Murphy goes on about McIntyre sacrificing himself for Seth Rollins isn't worried about possibly losing tonight's match. We go to commercial. Back from the break, we get more classic Money in the Bank moments. We go backstage to Charlie and then the Viking Raiders. She asks what they credit their success to. They says this isn't success. This dominates, and they respect the Street Profits. But the Viking Raiders are just better team. They go on and says tonight extinguish the smoke. They do every night. Like they do every other night. We get a replay of AJ Styles post match promo on the Money in the Bank from earlier, where he said he might throw Aleister Black or Rey Mysterio off the WWE headquarters. The camera cuts to Aleister Black in the back somewhere. He addresses AJ and asks him how it felt to be buried alive in the darkness. One thing he didn't do is make AJ humble, because now he's talking about throwing it back off a building. Black says if AJ somehow managed to throw him off the building, he better pray that he better pray that Black doesn't get back up, because Black will climb the ladder and take the Money in the Bank contract when that happens. AJ will wish he was buried deeper than 6 feet. Y'all might as well give Money in the Bank contract to Aleister Black, because I don't see AJ Styles winning the Money in the Bank. That's all I gotta say. Still to come, Charlotte Flair is here, but back to commercial. Charlotte Flair promo was a bathroom break. This was a god-awful promo by Charlotte Flair. But anyway, let's move on. Charlotte Flair versus Liv Morgan. Decent match. It was a decent match. Liv Morgan has gotten better in the ring, but WWE killed Liv Morgan's momentum. I blame WWE for this, because Liv Morgan was building up some of her momentum until the WWE killed Liv Morgan's momentum. But Charlotte Flair beats Liv Morgan. But even though Liv Morgan lost, Liv Morgan feels like a winner. That's all I gotta say. Let me move on. Not move on. I'm sorry. After the match, Charlotte Flair stands tall as the music hits. She clutches the title as we go to replay. Flair raises the title in the air while Liv recovers out on the floor. Flair exits with the title in the air. Time leads us to another throwback Money in the Bank, which is the top Money in the Bank moments in history. This is Seth Rollins cashing in on Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 31 to capture the WWE Universal title. No mention of Roman Reigns. I don't care about that. But with Seth Rollins capturing the Money in the Bank at WrestleMania 31, I don't care. Back from the break, the announcers hype Money in the Bank. Drew McIntyre versus Buddy Murphy. Let's see who won this match. Drew McIntyre. After the match, Drew stands tall as the WWE title as his music hits. We go to replay. Rollins looks like he's going to enter the ring as he's on the steps. Drew invites him in, and that comes to fight. Rollins stops on the apron and just stares Drew down. Drew drops to his knees and begs Rollins to come to fight. Rollins steps down from the apron and marches up to the stage, heading to the back. Drew says, "What a shock." Drew stands tall as his music resumes. Drew turns around and Rollins levels him with a huge super kick out of nowhere. Rollins yells about how this isn't about Drew. It's bigger than both of them. It's bigger than Rollins' spot the WWE title on the mat and picks it up. He stares at it for a few seconds and puts it back down. Rollins runs the ropes and delivers a stomp, but Drew jumps and grabs him by his throat. Drew puts Rollins down with the big Glasgow kiss headbutt. Drew waits on Rollins to get up, calling him a coward. Drew charges for a Claymore, but Rollins quickly retreats to the floor. Drew clutches the title and looks on at Rollins clutching his jaw on the stage. Drew paces around the ring as the two Money in the Bank opponents stare each other down. Raw goes off the air. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys enjoy my Raw Words Go Home show review and highlights, please drop a like on this video. Share the video all over social media. My Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok will be down below in the description. And that's all I gotta say from here. The first hour of Monday Night Raw was garbage. The second match, the VIP lounge of MVP segment was garbage. Then the last gauntlet match with Bobby Lashley, Titus O'Neil, Kira Tozawa, Shelton Benjamin, Humberto Carrillo, Angel Garza, and Austin Theory and AJ Styles. Gauntlet match was garbage. This gauntlet match is one of the worst matches on Monday Night Raw. It was garbage. Then we look at Charlotte Flair's segment. Cut a promo, a segment, whatever. It was garbage. That was a bathroom break. And Liv Morgan has gotten better and better in the ring. But Liv Morgan lost to Charlotte Flair. But at the end of the day, Liv Morgan feels like a winner. That's all I gotta say. Shane Thorne, Brandon Vick versus Ricochet and Cedric Alexander. We seen this match last week. Why we seen this match again? Even though it was a good match, but why we seen this match again? But anyway, that's all I gotta say. Street Profits versus Viking Raiders. Didn't care. What else happened on Monday Night Raw? That's pretty much it. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. They should give Aleister Black the Money in the Bank briefcase. They might as well give the Money in the Bank briefcase to Aleister Black, because I don't see AJ Styles winning that Money in the Bank. That's all I gotta say. That's just my opinion, and I know TM and DJ Jones is going to agree with me down below in the comment section. They might as well just give the Money in the Bank contract to Aleister Black, so it can be Kevin Owens versus Drew McIntyre versus Aleister Black. You know what I'm saying? At SummerSlam, it is what it is. That's just my own opinion. But other than that, this 3 hour Monday Night Raw was just garbage. That's all I gotta say. But anyway, I'm finna get up out of here. I'm finna go to bed. And if you guys enjoy my Raw worst go home show review and highlights, like I said earlier, drop a like on this video. Comment down below what you guys think of Raw. Share the video all over social media. My Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok will be down below in the description. And you guys have a great night. I'll talk to you guys later.